Morning, guys. Morning, and happy Saturday morning. I have a revelation, if you would. I have read my new favorite book for the year 2024. Yes, I have. I have been saying that Heaven Breaker has been my favorite book of 2024 for a few months now. But it has been surpassed by another Red Tower book, which should shock nobody. And that is Bloodguard by Cecy Robson. I think it's Cecy. It's spelled C-E-C-Y. Cecy or Cecy, I'm not entirely sure. It's amazing, no matter how you say the author's name, but I do want to say it properly. It is everything you're looking for in a romantasy. It is Roman vibes. Okay, so I've not read a lot of historical books that took place during this time period. While the author doesn't specifically say it's Roman, it's gladiators fighting in an arena. The armor, the swords, everything, the way she describes it feels very Roman. The tiny bit of art that I have seen for this book, it is a new release. So I haven't seen a lot, portrays what we would consider to be a Roman gladiator. And so I devoured it and ate it up. It was so good. The book has two main characters. Leith is the gladiator who is fighting for his family. He really doesn't care a lot about anything other than his family, which is his 2 or 3 sisters and his mom, and he is fighting to provide for them. And you have Maeve, who is fighting for her life, essentially. She's the princess of Arrow, which is where this series takes place. And in Arrow, the queen, her grandmother, has been murdered. Her father, the prince / who should have become king, is imprisoned. And Arrow is being ruled by her tyrant of a crazy uncle, the High Lord Commander Victor, I think, or Vitor, something like that. And she can take the throne as queen at 21, which her birthday is coming up within the next few months. However, she has to be married. She has to have a king by her side to be queen, which is ridiculous, but a lot of countries did have those kind of rules. And she has a fiance. They call him Peacock. He's very flamboyant and typical nobleman, but he finds himself beheaded at the hands of Leith in the gladiator arena for just being a pompous ass. Let's be real. And now, Bloodguard is essentially this rank that you receive once you completely defeat all of these gladiator trials that are put before you in the arena. And it is like a position of nobility. It is the highest position you can get as a fighter. And Maeve wants to help Leith reach that Bloodguard position. And he's like, okay, but what do you want out of this? Because he's been burned by nobles before. He's like, I'm not looking for somebody to sponsor me. Y'all always want something out of it. And she's like, no, I don't want anything out of it, but you to marry me. And that is kind of her direction that she wants to go. And she wants to help him get Bloodguard, which will level him up to like a position of nobility. And then she wants him to be her king because he is somebody that she trusts and also will let her make most of the decisions for Arrow, which she has a lot of really great ideas. Together, they have a lot of great ideas to kind of make Arrow better. But of course, there's a bad guy, which is the High Commander's son, Sorrow. Technically, Maeve's cousin. And he wants to marry Maeve, which, hello, incest, but once again, happened all the time at this point in time. And Maeve does not obviously want to marry Sorrow. He's the worst kind of noble there is. He's out there raiding, cutting people up, just keeping the poor down. He's the one behind these atrocious gladiator games that are just terrible and vicious and evil. And just in general, don't like Sorrow. And so Maeve does convince Leith to help her, and she help him, type of thing. So she's going to help him win Bloodguard. He's going to help her by marrying her when he becomes Bloodguard. And of course, we all know how a romantasy novel goes. They bicker, they fight, they have differences, opinions on how arrows should be led, but then they fall in love, and it's so fun. And I just was kicking my feet in so many points in this book. It is very sad because there are some very vicious gladiator trials, but there's also really sweet parts, and I just thoroughly thought it was a really well-rounded book. I'm a big fan of this kind of book, this theming, this setup of enemies to lovers, people that shouldn't be together being together, fighting to be together. This is just something that I eat up. And so if you also like that kind of thing, please check out Cecy Robinson's Bloodguard. It has a beautiful first edition copy. You can find, I've seen it at Target and Barnes & Noble. I really want it for Christmas, so I'm hoping I get it. And yeah, I absolutely love this book. It is my favorite of the year. It took over Heavenbreaker. That was my one. So now Red Tower Books went 1 and 2 so far for 2024 for me. Because Heavenbreaker is still excellent. And if you like higher fantasy, space, mech warrior type stuff, Heavenbreaker is for you. However, if you like more of your traditional romantasy, I think that you would get a little bit more out of Bloodguard. 2 great books by the same publisher. Either one of them you cannot miss with. Yeah. And that is my new favorite book of 2024 is Bloodguard. I thoroughly hope you pick it up and enjoy it as much as I do. If you do, leave a comment. Tell me that you read it and you enjoyed it and you want more recommendations of the same genre. I plan to read the rest of the series very soon. But I love you guys very much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.